And hello there. Today we're going to take a look at Icarus, and we're going to tell you if this game is worth it or not. So yeah, let's get to give you the rundown. Is no, this game is going to be like a 5 out of 10, and no, it's not going to be worth it to buy it and keep it. Basically, they got a nice return policy. You can buy it and then return it, type of thing. After you realize, it looks nice, but it's boring. The mechanics suck, and it's basically it doesn't smell right to me. Basically, with all this stuff, the fancy graphics, and this game is basically it's a survival game. Basically, obviously, you're looking for another survival game. You come over here and check out Icarus, and then you see, oh, it looks so awesome. You can do all the stuff in there, but then you can't do all the major things that you would expect to be able to do off of these type of games for survival type games. So let's go into more detail on the gameplay in this. So you have the missions. You start off in space and you land on the planet, which makes no sense at all for the storyline type of thing. But you go into the missions based, and when you do stuff in the missions, your stuff on the mission, you have a timer, and then you're done. Once you're done the mission, and everything is destroyed, and then you start again, and you could do the same mission over again, land in the same spot, and then you have to do the same thing over again just to get some currency to buy some basic materials that you would be basically should be provided with at the start with anyways, for most of them. But some of these things are really basic, and it's such a pain in the ass thing to do for you in this game. We'll get into that in more detail. But yeah, this game has gimmicks with the weather. There's usually a weather event twice a day type of thing, which destroys your buildings like this. So you gotta spend all your time repairing it, and doing this, repairing it. And if you're holding your mouse button, oh, it doesn't work. You can't even hold your mouse button and go to the next repair. Oh, there you go. There you go. You gotta get the timing right, and then you can repair your stuff. But if you missed it, you gotta try it again. And then if you're doing it in a storm events last a long time, and then it is keep breaking your stuff over and over again while you're doing it. There's a wildlife, so this all stuff has like buildings and stuff like that here. And I got some wildlife spawning right at my base again. So the wildlife just keeps spawning over and over again while the trees and stuff don't grow, and then you have to deal with them type of thing. Oh, I didn't kill you. I thought I got a headshot. Oh, I totally missed. There you go. Stay dead this time. So let's go into this part right here. You kill the wildlife like this. Is that another wolf I hear? Oh, there he is. Yeah, there's another wolf right there attacking my building for no reason. You can't get at me, so you're attacking my thing? Oh, I missed. I want to hit him in the head, but I can't see his head. Oh, I hit my own thing and destroy my own thing. There we go. Bad aim. Anyways, oh, that's a good example. You got two wolves right here. So let's take this one here for example. So let's go with the one of the pet peeves in this game. I skinned this wolf. And check out the experience. 800 and something experience. Its base value is 750 because I skinned it, and then you got to do this after. So then you get all the loot off of it. Versus the whole skinning table. So they make a whole skinning table. I don't want to skin them. No, I'll pick them up. Can't do it with a knife on. It'll skin it. So you have a whole skinning table that you can do. You place the guy in a skin. It has all this work is done. And you get extra resources and stuff like that. That's nice. They did it. They did that, right? They did all this. But let's go check out the experience there. If you can take a quick look at that. And there we go. We got 92. So that's basically an 80 value plus my modifiers for stuff like that in this game. It doesn't make sense. Why can't they have the basic skinning value inputted into the table? It's because they don't really freaking care, and they're just doing it for graphics and visual effects. And another thing, they don't organize anything very well at all. All of these are different tables. So you got tables, a different thing there, another table, table. You have a ton of different tables to use to be able to construct different materials, and none of them have linked loots or anything like that. So you have to go and take loot from one, bring it to the other to start making stuff back and forth. The old system, nothing is connected. At least have some minor conveniences where you actually have loot connected and stuff like that to make it, a little bit, stop wasting my time basically. And since this game is based on multiplayer, they made it so when you start this game, you have to play on a server, and you got to make your own server, even if it's private, which takes 10 minutes to load. And then you can't do things like pause the game. This isn't pausing it. There's no pause menu at all. If you notice there was no loot all button either. You have to actually, when you loot stuff, you find the little mouse clicker to take all type of thing. There's no key to do it that I found. It's just ridiculous on some of the things. The buildings don't even snap properly for most of them. Trying to build like a little stick up here, and I'm gonna build next stick going up here for the ramp. Oh no, it didn't work. It's going over here. Let's hit the R button to rotate it. Oh, it doesn't rotate at all till 5 minutes later. Oh, finally I got to snap on the place type of a deal. And then you get other stuff like up there. You can't even switch to snapping locations and stuff like that for some of the basic functions in this game. It's retarded. there's people searching for how to place a doorway on this game, me included, because I didn't know how to place a goddamn doorway. It's like you have walls to build. On first time playing it, you build walls, and then you can build a doorway, and then where's the friggin' door frames? There's no door frame in this game that you can build. But there is a door frame, of course. It's just something really simple and really stupid you just never think of. Is like, actually, the variance right there is actually, says R is for rotate, but holding R is for getting the actual variance. And then you have your door frame, and then, okay, that's simple. But look at this stuff. It's snapping underground. Come on, let's put it on the ground. Oh, no, it doesn't work. Okay, we have to go and hit the end button. Where the hell's my end button? There we go. Now it's not supposed to be snapping. I just hit reset, and I just hit the end button to reset the focus. Come on. Nope, but now I still can't place it in the air on the ground here. It's going to be placed underground. So yeah, this is what I mean by cheap, crappy stuff in this game that you don't really want to deal with. Of course, this game also has, it has a big map. Everything in this map is set in stone. The caves are going to be where the caves are, where the mines are. There's going to be mining nodes to drill in. And there's like one node. It takes forever to run around back and forth. There's no fast travel. You have to run around everywhere on this map. There's world bosses. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. Everybody has world bosses, basically. And that's basically your only goal in this game is survive, which is not a problem. There's a million wildlife spawning every second. Basically, that's what it feels like. So you have a ton of meat. You're never going to go hungry. There's just, tons of wood and stuff like that everywhere for the trees and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about anything like that. And there's tons of water. So you don't really have to worry about your survival stuff except for dealing with the weather. And then once you get stone, you don't have to worry about the weather as much anymore. Now, do you? But yeah, what are you going to do? Besides in this game, you can do the missions to get currency to buy stuff, and most of the stuff is going to be crap, like you can't play map markers on here. So they even limit you in things like map markers, which really pisses me off. Like, come on, a map marker, and we can't figure out how to do that. We can't put a map marker on here ourselves, and we can't put multiple markers. We can't tag it and put notes on here, like, hey, I want to tag out where my stuff is, because, your map is set in stone, retards. Everybody's going to be looking up online and find out the map thing on there and find out where all the resources are. So why are you holding back on things like beacons? Why does your beacon need to be crafted with such high expensive costs? And like at the end of the game where it doesn't really matter much anymore because you already have everything, and so the beacons become less, not much of a point on the beacons anymore. Doesn't make sense. Or you can do missions and get the technology and get a mod and then have be able to place map markers. So doing work to do basic stuff like that and some of the basic technology is all a pain in the ass. Their tech tree is okay. It's nice, extensive, tier 2, tier 3, all this stuff, and they have the tiered branches and all that kind of stuff. But these branches don't function, properly. This part right here, okay, they're making sense. You need the anvil before you can make all this stuff here, but you need other resources to make some of these other things too. And then you get up to the tier 3 and tier 4 stuff, it stops making a lot of sense because some of these resources, like you need electronics, you need concrete to actually make this here furnace, but concrete is a separate thing. It's not part of the tree. If I need concrete to actually make this fuel furnace right here, this one should be in a tree and that one should be after, because I can't do anything with this until I have this one here. And there's just a whole bunch of examples of this all throughout their system in here, which means their system is basically, relatively garbage, basically, in my book. So they try and have to, okay, you need the kitchen to be able to do this stuff here. Okay, they did it in some, but they don't do it on the rest. It means, like, what the hell? You got two hands, use both of them, type of a deal. Okay, we go over to the talent system in here. Of course, they have tons of talents. They put a lot of work into different varieties and talents, but they only give you a level 50 max, so you're going to be maxed out on your talents relatively fast relative to what you can actually pick. So you're not going to be able to pick a whole bunch of stuff with 4 different trees per thing for survival. And then there's a habitat one. You can pick a lot of stuff in there. And then there's combat, whole things with combat with different items and that you can use for your combat. Of course, or you can specialize in one of them, but you can't specialize in a whole bunch of different things and stuff like that. Then if you're going to be solo, they give you a little bit of bonus for solo stuff. Hey, we're pretending to be solo, but you still can't pause the game in any solo thing. At least Ark does that. Ark, you can pause the game. You can tame a couple mounts in this game. They eat like crazy. You can't keep up with the farming to feed them, basically, and actually have food for them and do that. So that's just something you just really can't do unless you have really huge farm. Farming means you have to water everything all the time, and like twice a day, basically, or your crops are going to, starve and die. If you don't pick up your crops within a day, they're going to be gone too. That's just the way they want to make this game work. And then you got to keep them watered like this. These water, and this is your yield. Oh wow, I got a whole 3 watermelons off of this. Awesome! I spent all my time watering it twice a day to keep these plants alive to get 3 watermelons. Uh-oh. But I have to, if I want to seed again, I gain 2. And if I feed my animal 2 watermelons, he's going to be dead in an hour because, that's not enough food for him. That's an hour not in-game type of a deal thing right there. So I didn't even have the plant in that one. But anyways, yeah, so who knows what's going on with this game? They don't make sense. Doing the missions, have everything destroyed after your mission is gone, or it's just reset. Basically, it makes no sense. There's just there's no gameplay value to this game in my book. It's just play it to survive and explore the whole map, and maybe kill some world bosses and try and build whatever you can build. But your whole time is going to be spent running around that map because there's no fast travel. The mounts kind of suck and blow for their speed and stuff like that, and their mechanics. So I'm trying to run through everything. It's just a huge waste of time, I think, in my opinion. And this game isn't worth much. If you want to go and play something like this, you can just go play Ark again. Just play that again. At least you can tame a whole bunch of cool dinosaurs and fly around and that kind of thing. So even though there's no fast travel in Ark, you can at least fly around super fast on your flying mounts, and you can get those right away, and you don't have to worry about feeding them a whole bunch of crap. They can feed themselves with meat and stuff like that. You can't do that kind of stuff here, of course, but yeah, at least not yet. Maybe in the future, but of course this game just smells like any of the updates are going to be content updates you're going to pay for, and all the other cool stuff, like you can't get access to these missions that we're going to give you these mounts that might be able to fly or eat meat or something like that, or anything that's going to save you time. It just seems like it's going to be a cash grab at the end of the day. It is going to ask for more cash because you're spending all the time and money on graphics and not playability and things that make sense and that kind of thing. So that's my opinion. Take it or leave it, doesn't matter. And then of course they copy other things from other games. They use the food system, like menu system. They use the food system like Valheim has, with multiple foods, because you have multiple stomach slots. So your stomach slots, so you eat 3 different foods, you get 3 different food effects going on for you. So some of them might give you extra hit points, and some of them might just give you pure stamina, or a little bit of both type of thing, and they give you experience boosts and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the food will give you a boost, but you have different stomachs. 3 different things like Valheim does for that, but there's no teleporting in this game, which would be nice. Make some portals or something like that, just for the fun of it. Because instead if you want to travel anywhere, you got to run around with your firewhacker, with your extra speedy firewhacker type of deal. I got a firewhacker, I can run faster, I'm gonna spend hours running around by my map. That's awesome. That's an awesome play game experience. Really, it is. Yeah, that's just that's the way I feel. They have this big, huge budget, and they have this stuff like this, and they do stupid things. It's just like they don't get an excuse. Like cheaper games get an excuse because they don't have the budget to do stuff. But the games like this that have a big budget and do big graphics, where the graphics are awesome and stuff like that, and then they don't do some of the things with common sense, and they waste your friggin' time. I don't want my time wasted. So hopefully this gives you an informative view on what this game is going to be about, and the cons of it. And you see the pros. Even though this is like medium graphics, the pros is like it's really good looking, basically, but and the wildlife is going to be the same stuff over and over again, where you're better off just using a knife instead of this the attack stuff, because everything else is slow as hell to use and weak comparatively. Because this is the game is like. So yeah, it's basically I can't take this game seriously. It doesn't give I can't play this game seriously, basically, and stuff like that, because just doing anything is just a big, huge hassle instead of actually being enjoyable. And then all your time is wasted repairing stuff to the point where you say, I don't care, just stay damaged, let the thing burn for all I care. I don't even want to repair it to take it apart type of a deal. I should repair that. I don't know. I might play it a little bit to see what else is going on. But yeah, it's not worth it. Play it for a bit, get your money back. It's not something that's going to be. It's not going to be an end game thing to do. It's not going to be it's not going to be a gold star game to play and come back to type of a deal. It gets a bronze star type of a deal. Yeah, that's why it's 5 out of 10. And I don't recommend you actually bothering with it, because save your time. Don't get invested with something that's not going to reward you in the end. That type of thing. At least as it is right now. I doubt they're going to change it because, you know, the way they do the stupid things like beacons and stuff like that, map markers, it's just a big stupid red flag on stupidity, basically, in my book. So yeah, that's about it for now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.